This podcast is brought to you by Primary Arms. Primary Arms seeks to provide the best shopping experience for everything firearms. With over 13,000 products from over 400 top brands, Primary Arms carries a complete selection of rifles, handguns, firearms parts, shooting gear, apparel, and more. Every order comes with a commitment to superior service, backed by fast shipping and an expert support team. Primary Arms, serving freedom since 2008. Find out more at frn.deals/PA. Welcome to the AR-15 podcast. This show is for you if you just bought your first rifle or if you've been building them for years. There is something we can all do to take our black rifles to the next level. My name is Nick Dooley, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Garth Over.
Sunday Fun Day, Part 2.
Yeah. We didn't mean for this to be a thing, but it kind of became one.
Well, okay, to be fair, this is the last Sunday Fun Day edition because I have 3 days of harvest left. Should be done by Wednesday, so then we can get back to our regular scheduled programming.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's the last Sunday Fun Day because maybe this summer when we start doing matches.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun, actually. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, Thomas, if we need to go later in the day, it will happen maybe someday.
Yeah.
But up until then, we're just going to come through and be woefully unprepared for everything like normal. And if you're watching live, you'll see that our camera has moved a little bit, and Garth is with me in studio.
Again.
Yes, in studio. Yeah. That's totally not my office in my basement. Anyways.
Yeah.
Garth, did you do anything exciting and fun with guns this week? I already know the answer to this.
A little bit, yeah. I bought another Glock because I was a Glock guy, and then I became a SIG guy, and then I saw this used Glock 17 Gen 4 that I was like, oh, I have to have that because I really screwed up my frame. I tried to smooth down the grips, and it works functionally enough, but I would like it done professionally. And we've got a buddy in town who does Cerakoting and laser engraving and stuff like that, and he spent about an hour and a half sanding my Gen 3 down to look like a Gen 5. So I'm going to have him do that. And the whole reason I want to do that, yeah, I could simply just go out and buy a Gen 5 Glock 34, but the Gen 4s have the slide cut out, and it looks really cool. So I'm going for appealing looks because I'm going to have him do some goofy Cerakote. I think I'm going to have him do the Glock Tendo on it.
Oh, yes. So you're going to go with the orange or the all gray? Or the two-tone gray?
Well, so there's different aspects. I mean, the original one was gray, and it had the red triggers and stuff, right?
Correct.
But I think I want to be a little goofy since it's a Glock Tendo and do a gray with orange instead. So
that would also blend in with your Jeep.
It would look so good with the Jeep. I'd probably carry that in the Jeep
with your Kel-Tec.
With my Kel-Tec. Orange is the new gray.
Sure, something like that.
Yeah, whatever. However that saying goes. I don't know how it goes.
Yep. So that and nothing with rifles?
No, there's no Jackal report, but I promise you guys by next weekend I will have or maybe Thursday I'll have a Jackal report because, like I said, harvest is getting over. I need to go make sure it's zeroed because deer season is coming around, and I know we talked all about that last time. But
coming around,
yes.
It's here.
No. West River's here.
Yeah.
East River starts next weekend.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Well, see, I live on the East River side, so I have to care about it.
Yep. I got to go for a lovely walk with a rifle yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I wandered about with my 308 one of my 308s. It's that one right there. For around 12 hours.
Didn't see a damn thing, did you?
Oh no, saw all kinds of them.
Tell them the best part, what you saw.
I did see a mountain lion, so that was neat. And then a bunch of coyotes and stuff like that. Had a bunch of does get within 15 yards of me, and like close enough where I could hear them like breathing.
Yeah.
And it was then one of them like whistle snorted because she figured out this weird thing, and the orange hat sitting by the fence post was, probably semi-dangerous. And so she split and spooked off the buck that I was hoping was going to come out behind her. And it's not that I need to be within 15 yards because I'm doing archery or something like that. It was just earlier in the day, I had a opportunity I could have taken at a deer, but it's a pretty solid whitetail buck, and he was sitting there, and my rangefinder kept kind of bouncing back and forth because he was on a side hill.
No.
So it was like, oh, is he 450 or 520 yards away? And it kind of kept bouncing back and forth, and I was like, that is a little more wiggle room than I'm willing to take with a 308 at over 400 yards.
Well, I mean, you were suppressed. You could have aimed low and see what happened.
I could have, but I elected to do the ethical thing,
honorable,
and just let him go by. I saw a ton of deer. I just didn't take any shots because, well, I'm a beef producer, so I don't exactly hunt for meat.
Yeah, he was trophy hunting.
Well, this year, actually, when I shoot a deer, because this is the first day, so I always kind of horn hunt on the first day because I want to get something to hang on the wall or something else to hang hats on.
Sure.
And then after that,
what you mean like that back there?
Yep. Then after that, I'll probably just move on to. I'll either wait till the end of the year, or when we get a little closer to the end of the season and harvest a doe. And then the reason for that is my wife has asked me to teach her how to butcher an animal.
Oh, cool.
So she did, oh yeah, that'll be so cool. Like, we need to, you need to teach me how to do that. Okay. And then she had plans to do everything. So I said, well, I thought you wanted to learn. This wasn't practice for me. But so we'll do that, and then make a bunch of may get her into sausage making as well, but definitely do a bunch of jerky and stuff like that.
Jerky, yeah.
Like probably a whole deer worth of jerky.
That's the whole reason I'm going to do it, is just for the jerky, and maybe a little breakfast sausage or whatever. That's fine too. But
yes, ring bologna and eggs.
I'm going to be much more lazy. I don't know if I said it last time, but there's a locker 100 miles south of us. All you got to do is gut the thing and then take it to them, and they will process. They'll butcher it out for you completely. Obviously, you're not getting your deer back because, well, they're not going to save everyone's specific deer. And hey, well, here's your deer, Garth, and here's your deer, Nick, and here's your deer, Reed. So it's not going to happen that way. But I've had their locker meat before. Their deer meat. My buddy's given me. Reed has hooked me up with some jerky, beef sticks, deer sticks, whatever.
Yeah, some meat candy.
Meat candy, and it is delicious. So that's my plan. So yeah.
Yep. That is a solid plan, and this is not the Let's Go Hunt podcast.
It's not. It really isn't. It's just kind of what we're doing right now.
But if you wanted to learn or listen to people, blather on about hunting like we do about guns, they are around and are a pretty solid bunch of dudes.
Correct.
And no, with that, we put this up. This was going to be our gift guide episode.
Yes.
And I know that we both have a list. I don't know, how many items do you have, Garth?
Well, it depends on how many websites we're going to talk about.
Well, we could go up, do the traditional, like, here's the top 5, or we could even go on from there. But really, this is not going to have that much organization because, well, it's us doing it.
Yeah. Why don't we start with the number one item that you want for Christmas, and then we can branch down from there.
Ooh, number one item I want for Christmas.
Gun related, which is everything.
I don't think anyone's going to get me a Dillon Arrow M134. Like, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
If anybody is looking to get us or the studio a gift, we come in a size Dylan 750.
And barbecue sexy size for t-shirt.
I was gonna say Dylan 750. I really want a another progressive press.
Yeah.
To do just 223 and 556.
So you can have two designated ones for pistol caliber, rifle caliber, and then we can just run simultaneously. And
yep, and then I still have my other presses in the garage set up for 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor, and then the shotgun press as well.
Freedom seeds are always a great gift. Actually, that was going to be my number one as well. Not to say I wouldn't love to open up a gun on Christmas Day. I know the people who are going to buy me gifts. That's not going to happen. So I just know that. So, but Freedom Seeds, they're well, right now the prices are kind of spiking because there was that scare a couple weeks ago. There's rumors,
which was completely unfounded.
Yeah,
and there are people who are hype beast marketers who put things on Instagram and have huge followings. And just because you have gray hair and a beard doesn't mean you know what you're talking about. And
that's pretty specific without saying his name.
Oh, there's a lot of gray-haired people on Instagram,
but I know what one you're talking about.
Yes, and all of these things, like Lake City is still producing ammo just like always. There's a little bit of the factual basis going back to some of those things with, Lake City's not going to do ammo anymore. They're going to no, they're still doing they have a product line that they have to do in orders for the military.
Mm-hmm.
And as Winchester currently runs that plant, but it is a federal plant that is owned by, or not federal ammunition, but it is a federally owned plant.
Yeah.
It's just Winchester is currently operating it. So, oh no, they're, a different owner or different manufacturer is doing it now. Federal actually had it before the Winchester contract, which is why you used to see all of the federal PMC, green tip. And now you're seeing Winchester M855 in little brown cardboard boxes. It's the same.
Yeah.
Just different packaging.
It's same. It's just different.
Same. Just different, But no, so I do agree. Ammunition might be the one of the best gifts that you can give a gun guy.
Yeah.
Because, gun person.
Gun person.
Yes. For our lady listeners out there, because we do have a couple. And, the one thing to say is if you're putting out a list, just 9mm, and then maybe tell people, because not everyone is like the two of us. And if it's, hey, I found this box of ammo, I'll just give it to you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, thanks for the 10mm. I guess I'm buying a 10mm.
Yes. Double check with what you're giving, because that I've done that before. I've received a box of ammo and well, actually I didn't receive it. I was at a store and this guy goes, hey, you should check out these 1 3/4 shotgun shells. They're really cool. And I said, do they run in semi-autos? And he goes, I don't think so. I went, well, you better give me that coach gun off the shelf then. So I've bought a gun just because some guy was like, hey, these are awesome shells.
Yep. And the 590S from Mossberg handles those little ones very well.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yep. So, and the cool thing about that is if you get like the 590 with the mag extension on it, like the retro grade, ultra sexy rifle or shotgun, I think it fits like 14 of them.
Wow.
And you can also put them in a Kel-Tec sub 2000. Or not sub 2000, Kel-Tec KSG.
Oh, that would have been scary. No, that doesn't work. Not brain computing not working. Okay.
Yeah, if I talked, it would be better.
Yeah.
I'll have another sip of my apple juice, and that'll definitely help it.
It is the morning. You need your vitamins in the morning. No, but yeah, didn't you say you just found a pretty banging deal on some 5.56 ammo right here in our local shop?
Yeah, I did. Here in Pierre, we had they haven't started doing the price gouging.
Mm.
And that is, super, super good to not do. And like so many of our listeners out there, not every Sunday, just had a couple weeks where we had to fit it in. Sorry, I had to answer a question from the chat, but the emails that we all get from Palmetto State Armory, and they had green tip ammunition 855, and it was at like 54 cents a round or something like that today. That was on there. But speaking of PSA, I found something out that I went, oh, this is interesting. Guys, did you know you can get a PSA gift card and give it out?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So you could like request or, buy, hey, I heard you've been thinking about getting something, or, if you're recommending this to give to the person in your life that's like, well, I never know what to give you. And you're like, where the gun shop is. They can, click through our affiliate link. Doesn't cost you anything extra, helps us out a little bit. And then you can get gift cards to PSA. So like if you wanted to buy a Jackal, they could throw a little money your way. It'd be like the old days when you'd put dad's Christmas present on layaway.
Yeah. Hey, that's a sweet deal. I mean, if you're feeling generous and you want to really give a guy $200, a Jackal all of a sudden is now 1,000 instead of 1,200.
Well, it's not only that, but I was gonna say, like, as far as gift giving, everyone should have at least one extra lower laying around.
That is correct. I have several, and I still don't build them out. Actually, it usually comes down to someone goes, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about building an AR. Do you know anyone that has a lower?" As a matter of fact.
Yeah, I am not going to comment on lowers.
Fair.
I may or may not have, because that would require me counting.
Well, there was a time you bought a box, and it was a rather large box.
Hey, just because you buy things in like 3-digit numbers.
Yeah. It was cool to see that many lowers in one little place, but
I mean, a lot of people do that.
Yeah. They're called Lords of War.
No. Well, Matt has a great thing here, and he's like, somebody needs to gift me a Swamp Fox. And honestly, I would take one of those as well. Size Warhawk 1-6. Those were amazing. Speaking of Swamp Fox, and totally off topic for our not a sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor. Yes,
because they still are not a sponsor
yet, but we're gonna work on
it. They had a new, or a letter came back. They actually had their Arrowhead optics in combat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Special Forces group put them on for LPVOs and took them with them to go do things in far off lands. And
in the name of freedom.
Yeah. And that's what they took with them.
That's cool.
So yeah, now they are a combat proven optic.
I mean, to be fair, they've only been around, what, 4 years?
Oh, a little bit longer than that. I think maybe, well, when I say a little bit longer than that, it's like 6 or 7 at the most.
But I mean, that's pretty impressive, going from a nobody company to now being a combat optic in a short amount of time. I mean, that.
Yep. I mean, I remember the first time I saw them, I was on another forum, or and I asked, I was like, "Hey, does anybody know this company?" And they had 2 offerings. They had a Kingslayer and the original Liberator, and that was it. They just had 2 red dots, and I found them because like they hadn't even gone into full production yet, and they were offering a military discount, and that was, I was like, oh, okay, like, and they were fairly economical, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get one of these and try it.
Yeah,
and it's actually the optic that's on my daughter's Cricket.
cool.
And it's an old doctor cut.
Mm-hmm.
Like they tried to get all of them out of the wild. And I was visiting with the owner at that Rocky Mountain Range Day they put on, and I mentioned that I had that, and he was like, "That thing's actually kind of a collector piece. Like they're." It's like, "Well, so what are you gonna do?" I'm like, "Gonna keep using it, duh." And he's like, "That is the answer I love to hear." So yeah, that was kind of neat, but also that's the, in case you guys hadn't heard,
yeah,
that's kind of cool to me.
No, I as for as much crap as I've given those boys at a few shows we've been to with them, I really do appreciate their optics. I again have a whole bunch of the blades, Raiders and Arrowheads myself, and man, I will never turn down a Swamp Fox optic if gifted to me. I also would prefer a Raider. Those things are sweet. They're great for short action competition. So that's just my take on them. I love them.
Yep. And this really isn't going to be the Swamp Fox show, but I did just put a new optic of theirs on one of my guns.
You did, and it's a sweet optic.
I haven't showed that one to you yet, have I?
Which one are you talking about?
The Sentinel 2.
Is it on your carry gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, I wasn't sure if yep, because I was explaining the offset of the
offset of the irons on it, and how actually because of that you're able to find your dot quicker because you have a reference point.
Yeah, for people who are like it definitely helped you, I think.
Oh, it did. I mean, I every time I pick up a red dot, which isn't a lot because I was very anti-red dot coming, from a guy who never shot them, and it's like whatever. They're fancy, they're cool, but not for me. I could never acquire the dot because I was always dancing because you get that pistol moving and you're not really sure where to find it, and so yeah. But no, I that changed the game. I mean, red dots have evolved so much in the last 10 years.
Well, specifically for red dots on handguns.
Yeah.
Because like red dots on rifles, if you go back to like the early 2000s, even the late 90s, like red dots were kind of coming around, and you still had the, I'm never going to give up my iron sights, guys.
Well, I was, because, and my biggest thought was, what if it fails? And that advancement alone, I mean, just battery placement on red dots has evolved so much. I mean, there's a few still that you've got to take the optic completely off because they keep the battery in the bottom and stuff, but most of them now are side loaded or top loading, and the batteries, I mean, just change. There you go. That's a great gift. Buy a whole bunch of batteries and give them to your red dot family friends, because,
well, not even your red dot friends.
Yeah.
Just batteries in general.
Yeah.
Because CR123s are expensive.
They are.
And that's what everything runs on.
Yeah. And so just change them out every 6 months. That's what I do. I don't know how many times we've been teaching pistol classes and the guy will get there and then his dot dies right in the middle of shooting. And I go, well, when's the last time you changed the battery? And he goes, well, I bought the gun 5 years ago. So 5 years ago.
Yep. And then they'll, what are we going to do? And I'm like, oh, don't worry, because someone carries extra stuff.
Yes. So batteries, that is a big plus. I mean, people are like, oh, it's like when you were a young kid and you got socks and you're like, socks. And now that I'm almost 40, I'm like, socks. Yes.
Well, especially since all mine are wool, so I know they're expensive. I'm like, whoo, socks. Yeah. Underwear, Duluth Trading Co., even better.
Oh, Duluth Trading Company underwear are fantastic. I mean, they're a little bit more expensive than the Under Armour ones, but man, they're so silky smooth.
I almost had that come out my nose. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
No, the other thing that Well, accessories are cool. You know, we said lowers, we talked about batteries. The other thing, mags, guys, AR-15 magazines.
Yep.
Now is a great time to buy magazines. But Dooley, you say, you told me to buy magazines last episode. Yes, and I will continue to tell you to buy magazines forever.
Because magazines eventually do fail, and it's not a bad thing to have 500 extra mags over here.
I mean, buy mags and think of them like generational wealth.
Yes.
But buy enough mags to outfit your kids and grandkids.
And we've just actually received a couple new magazines that we're going to be going out and testing at the range here. Actually, in the next few weeks, we're going to have a great episode coming up. Just a little tease, because it's going to be a little dark when we go out.
Yep. So we'll have an after range review.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
An ARR. R.
No.
You're going to make a pirate joke.
I was going to make a pirate joke, but I was going to screw it up, so I'm not going to try.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, but magazines are a huge thing. And, I know that also some shows we have coming up soon will tell you the importance of how important it is to have things like that, because we'll have people talking to us that may not live in a place where freedom hails freely. And mags are one of them things that's handy to have around.
Correct.
Yep. So, as we go through here, Garth, you got anything else? What's the next one off the top of your head?
Oh, I could think of something. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like to shoot in comfort, and sometimes comfort comes in the style of a VZ grip.
That's right, VZ grips. The unique thing about VZ grips is they're machined from a solid block of G10, and they're great because it's durable and they don't get slippery when muddy, bloody, or wet. 17-degree grip angle and unique textures of them allows you to make sure that you have a good purchase on it forever. And there are also extreme customizability options available, like short versions, different colors, and different grip textures. Because you could have like the right side who thinks that it should be, holding on to your hand, or you could have the wrong side, which thinks that it should be soft and smooth like a puppy. And then you could also have 1911 grips with extreme customizability. You could have Beretta grips, CZ grips, and even revolver grips. And there's a code that is good for 15% off all handgun and rifle grips, and that code is AR-15 Podcast.
Guys, please go check them out. They are a fantastic company. I can't say enough good things. I have 4 to 5 of them now. And I'm not going to lie. $75 is a lot to spend on a grip, but that code will get you down some money, and it's a fantastic grip. I am thoroughly impressed with the guys over at VZ Grips.
Oh yeah, and they have other things that are cool. Like they have their G10 daggers.
Yeah, I really, really want one of those.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We actually have a question coming in here that I will answer. Do you clean your magazines? No. We shoot competition with the gal who does, but it's also because she has to.
Yeah.
Shooting an older STI, and she, if she gets a little bit of dust in it, she tears it apart because otherwise it doesn't function correctly.
Yeah.
I do not clean my AR mags, and I do not treat them well. I keep saying this stuff, and it sounds like I just beat the crap out of everything I own.
I mean, kind of do, but these things are tested to be beat up. I mean, not.
Yep. Magazines are a wear item.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why having durable magazines is important. It's also why it's important to have a bunch of them. Again, 10 mags per rifle, 5 mags per pistol minimum.
Yep. That's how I roll.
And that's not for everything you own, because I might not have 5 mags for my bolt action rifle.
Well, my bolt action rifle takes AR mags, so I do.
But that's more for anything you're going to be dedicated to. Yep, this is my this is going to be what I use. this is what I have chosen,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably going to be what you have. Like, I would say I don't have 10 Glock mags, but I know I do.
Yeah. Like, okay, let's say your backup carry gun. Do you have 10 mag? I mean, you're not obviously going to carry 5 magazines for your backup gun.
No, and like I have guns that I probably only have 1 mag for.
Yeah.
It's not that I recommend that. It's that I have some weird one-off guns
Mm-hmm.
that I'm like, oh, this is neat. It's never, it's a range toy or an oddity for me to use. It's not I'm going to bet my life on this.
Yeah, no, by any means, no. I don't want to have to think that my life is going to be in the hands of my Ruger 380 Max, but I guess until that situation arises, I'll never know.
Yeah, like we're not going to talk about how many 320 mags I have.
No. You have more than I do. I know that, but I'm slightly behind. I mean, not like a lot behind. I'm slightly behind. I'm way in the hole on the AR magazine front. I actually have a rough count of how many I have. That's how many so I need more, is what I'm saying.
You say that like I don't have a count.
I don't think you have a count.
Okay, you're probably right.
All right.
Just because I like found a box of 10 the other day.
Exactly. You don't have a count. I know where every AR magazine I own is.
I know where almost all mine are.
Good.
Noticed I said almost.
Almost, yeah.
I've left some places, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a mystery tool that will help us later.
I love that thing.
But yeah. Oh, so with the gunk and stuff blowing into with your silencers, I too run into that problem. And I have yet to have a mag fail from that.
Yeah.
And I primarily shoot suppressed.
I mean, if you're really concerned about just the gunk,
you can wipe out a PMag pretty easy.
Yeah,
like if you're worried about that little bit of carbon blowback that you get extra with the oil and everything, shove a rag down it and wipe it out.
It's nothing to shove a rag and take that wire brush and hit the.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. I just don't. Anyways, moving on. I do, but speaking of cleaning, if you're looking for a gift or don't have one yet, cleaning kit from Otis.
Yeah, actually, my brother, who is not really a gun guy per se, he has a few guns, mostly because I gifted them to him. But he wanted a cleaning kit one year, and this is before Otis and us were super tight. So I just went to our local shop and picked up a whole bunch of rem wipes and things like that. It's nothing to go spend $50 on some cleaning rags and some simple tools just to tear your gun down to the basics. Nothing advanced, but cleaning supplies are always a fantastic option because you have your guns, you shoot them a lot, and you want to take care of them. I mean, they're, like you said, everything's a wear item. Eventually things will fail, but there's nothing wrong with having a day, instead of going to the range, sitting down in your gun room or basement or coffee table or what have you, and taking an hour and cleaning,
having weapons maintenance day.
Yeah, weapons maintenance day is fun. I thoroughly do enjoy it. There's something about taking a gun apart and not having to get on YouTube to put it back together that is just really calming and letting me know that I've actually accomplished something in my life.
Hey, I do it all the time.
I am just super stoked. Like that's why I buy SIG, and that's why I buy Glock, because they're almost idiot proof. Almost. I say that because I've had to call you about a SIG once or twice.
It happens.
But I mean, for the most part, you do it once or twice. I mean, as long as you're doing it regularly, it's something, muscle memory, because that's not.
It's like an AR.
It's like an AR, dude. It's 2 pins. Pull your bolt carry group out, wipe it down, brush it out, Cleaning rods. Oh, snakes. Cleaning snakes. Oh, that's a gift right there in itself.
Well, that's why I said get the Otis kit.
Yep.
Because Otis has the ripcord or whatever it is that they call their version of it.
Yep.
And you have that, you pull it through and everything's there. They also have the brushes. Like legit, that's a solid thing to have.
There's something really appealing to me when I can hold the upper up and look, shining at the light and see the reflection off the barrel coming down. It's a thorough cleaning job to me, and there's very few things I'm OCD about. That's one of them.
It's CDO.
Sure.
Because they put the letters in the wrong order.
Well, I'm dyslexic, so I don't care.
Yep. And so send your hate mail for that to me. But as we go through and keep going with that, it's, cleaning kits are one of those things that's super important to have. The other thing that I will say that every gun person needs is tools.
There is a multi-tool out there that you and I have.
Well, there's the fix-it sticks.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep. Fix-it sticks are probably my favorite. They're my go-to.
Yeah.
To the point of I've ordered 3 more sets now.
And you can pick them up on Amazon relatively cheap.
Yep. Well, as I
seriously Google while we sit here, which makes great radio.
Yes, as we sit here and talk about things like that. So there's a different variety of them because you do have the ones with the built-in torque wrench and everything. The one that I say everyone needs to have, you can even get them from Duluth Trading Company, and they are $30. And like you can get the torque wrench ones and everything like that, but the just the small, I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. The compact fix-it sticks are just so dang handy.
It's pocket carry.
Well, the great thing about them is they literally fit in a mag holder.
Yeah,
like in a pistol mag pouch. And yeah, I just cannot say enough good things about them because they have very much so saved a day at the range for me.
Well, exactly. How many times have you been at the range and an optic comes loose, or there's one set screw that's just worked its way free a little bit? You're like, well, that ruined my whole range. And some guys got to travel, 30, 40 miles to a decent range. I know Oneida does not have a range. We have farmland, but we don't have benches and we don't have target stands and everything like that. I am fortunate enough to have my own range, but even still, I'm 15 miles out of Oneida. Now, granted, there's a shop out there, so I can finagle something to work.
Yep.
But some guys don't have that option. So you get to the range and one set screw's loose, your whole day is ruined.
Well, I keep them in my range bag. I keep a set in there. With a handful of other tools as well. And part of that is the instructor in me that, oh, hey, that's coming loose. Let's fix that. And I've had enough range trips that needed something that I went, we're just going to go ahead and make these part of our loadout for every time we go.
Which brings me right to the next gift item, which is range bags.
Yep.
Range bags are fantastic. They come in a variety of options. Vertex makes a lot of good stuff.
Yep, Garth loves Vertex.
I have like 5 bags now. They're all Vertex.
I have a bunch of bags as well. It's just I even have a Vertex one.
You do. It's right there.
Yep. It's right there. It's
right off camera where no one can see it.
Precisely. It's sitting next. It's what I used to take when I'd go teach classes, and now I don't.
Yeah.
Because I carry an Eberly stock. Because I have a lot of Eberly stock bags. But no, those things are all the correct way to do it and have been a super solid source, like the bags there, like the Vertex bags, or even some of the like savior bags and stuff like that are also super handy.
Mm.
And a good range bag is good. And like I have a different range bag than what most people would use.
Yeah.
Because where we live, it is super easy for us to go back and forth to the range. Like I walk out of my house and throw a rifle in my pickup and away we go.
Yep.
There are people living in apartments who might not have that option. I know that a friend of ours in the apartment he lived in here in town, it was frowned upon to have rifles in the apartment. So he carried, he always bagged everything and was very careful, oh no, because he didn't want anyone to see him with his guns. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that doesn't compute to me, but I know that is a very real thing in a lot of places.
Yep.
And, for some of us, it's not as big of an issue as others. I carry a bag to carry mags, tools, staplers, lube, all of those things, not as much to carry the guns themselves.
Well, one of the things I have in one of my Vertex bags isn't even, I don't have mags. I don't have anything like that. I have medical gear.
Well, I was going to say med kits.
Kits, yes.
Are the next one. And you can go to Medical Gear Outfitters or mymedic.com. If you do that, click through our affiliate link.
Please do.
And, everyone, when you're going to the range, take a range bag or a med kit with you. I carry 2 different versions of med kits with me when we go to the range.
Mm-hmm.
Because I carry a boo-boo kit.
Yeah.
That is, or an ouch pouch, if you will, that's full of Band-Aids and, little stuff that's like, oh, I got a cut on my hand, or, like
a snake bit me.
Yeah.
Not kind of like, slide snake.
Yep. But stuff like that, where it's just like, oh, hey, let's not get blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I have ones that's like, oh my God, there's blood everywhere. and then I have, tourniquets and pressure dressings and combat gauze and things like that for when, in the event that something terrible would happen.
That would actually be my number one item is tourniquets, guys. Not only just for gun related stuff, but how often are you driving down the road and you happen upon a car crash or something of that nature? It's good to have, like you said, chest seals, tourniquets, gauze, all types of things, at least that you can assist some way, and you're just not staying there with your thumb.
As a civilian, and even like in the Army, I have responded to way more vehicle accidents than I have gunfights.
Yep.
And those are things to have. It's utterly imperative to have that. So, a tourniquet is a good one. Guys, if you're looking, there's a lot of fake tourniquets out there. North American Rescue, Cat 7 now, they're up to.
Yep.
And get a cat tourniquet and, get training. Weird.
Who knew?
That's going to be my number one thing. And that's one where give the gift of training, because having the gift of knowledge, like, that is so important, and not just from guys who put on classes or anything of that nature, but being proficient with what you have is really, really good.
No, yeah. You get the fuds out there who go, I've owned a gun my whole life and I know how to run it, and they blow smoke, and then
I've heard a lot of feelings before, because I will say things to those guys like, oh, I'm a pretty good shot, I don't need to do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, neat. And then I'm like, I know how to do this. It's like, oh, okay, but can you shoot?
Yeah.
It's like, I know how to shoot. Yeah, but are you good at it? Or and then they get really mad at me, and then I'll say, like we'll have a conversation that generally ends with like, oh, I can give you a demonstration. And then, well, that's all I did was shoot. I'd be able to do that too.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to be said, because I am not saying that I am some sort of amazing or the God's gift to shooting, but I do train quite a little.
Well, some people, they come natural with certain things. Other people got to practice. I'm one of those guys that got to practice.
Yeah, I practice as well.
Yeah, we're talking about practice.
Yeah, training is so important. And also, one more tip. This is life advice from Dooley. Okay, so this is like dad advice. But if you carry a like a carry gun, know where your defensive ammo hits, as well as where your training ammo hits. Because like if you're using a red dot, it's okay, I got this dialed in, and you're pew pew pew, and everything's going great. And then you get done, you're like, all right, I'm leaving the range. And then you flip things out, and you go put your other.
Are you saying that different grains shoot differently?
I'm saying that different brands of ammo shoot differently.
Weird.
Yeah, and you should know it. But yes, Matt, right here, Matt said it best, I think. Those kits save lives. 12 years as an ER nurse, yes, 100%. And having those kits on hand is imperative, along with, guys, we're talking about training. Go find a Stop the Bleed class.
Yep.
Take one. And that is what, like, that's honestly probably the best gift you could give someone. Is, like, oh, why would I want to do that? Well, learn how to stop a bleed. It's handy. Kitchen accidents happen.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yes. I have friends who are, like walking around like this because.
Yeah. What happened there? Knife slipped.
Yeah. Weird. No, but guys, we have a little bit of humor with it. Is there anything else you can think of that might be a solid purchase for a gift?
Well, I think we have one more.
Well, there is, because there's other ones. When we talk about accessories and stuff like that, slings, mag holders, all of the ancillary gear that goes with, because as much as like, oh, it'd be awesome to have that. Pretty much all of my rifles are set up with lights. Not all of them are. And like, I will tell you right now, the best light on the market specifically for the money is the Streamlight ProTac XL weapon mounted light. And it comes out of the box, 1,000 lumen light with a tape switch and momentary and constant controls on the tape switch. I think they're like $120.
Well, yes, lights are fantastic, accessories are fantastic, but sometimes I just want to go and I want to look the part. Not only do I want to be the part, I want to look the part. And the two best places I know to look the part are, first, Patriot Patch, patriotpatch.co, guys, for all your pop culture patches, for all your mouse pads, cleaning pads, your stickers. If you want to look like you don't know what you're doing, go to the range with about 30 patches on yourself. I love them because the guys over at Patriot Patch have my kind of sense of humor, which is dark. But
you think you have dark humor?
Ish. But the other place I was going to recommend is our good buddy Sean.
Oh, over at Camerado.
Yes. He's got some awesome apparel lines going on right now. He's even has a boog shirt in a camel pattern. I ordered one.
Yep. So he has that. And with that, I ordered the pajama pants just so I can lounge around in them. Yes,
I was gonna, but I wasn't sure on sizing. I didn't want to hurt my own feelings. So
that is fair. While we're talking here, Garth's been talking, and I am furiously running the computer because I have something here that when Garth sees it, he is going to freak out.
Oh, I don't know if I want one of those.
So we were talking about like getting the different ancillary kit things, and Wilder Tactical has Crown Royal dump pouches.
I mean, it's pretty cool, actually. It really is.
Yep, and they have them, in the orange, in the, for the peach and the green apple and traditional purple, and it is quite humorous to me.
Oh, it's funny. You would definitely get some looks at any range you go to with that.
I mean, I would probably rock it just because I'm that guy.
Oh yeah,
but
I could imagine us showing up at our local 3-gun with those.
What? Yeah. So, guys, stuff like that. Remember, like, yeah, guns are serious, but we should also be having fun too.
No, if you're not enjoying it, then why do it?
Yep, exactly. Hold on a second here. I have to get closer to my screen. Oh, that's cool. There's an emoji.
Cool whip.
Yes.
No, say cool. It's a whip. Cool whip.
Sure, something like that.
Why is the emphasis on the H?
He gets up there with his wheat. No, there is that. And of course, when you start going through there, remember that in emergency times, January marked the third time that a power station in North Carolina was damaged by gunfire. Authorities are saying that a threat raises a new level of attack. Authorities are now checking our grid for vulnerabilities, and they've identified 9 key substations. If these substations are attacked, the power could go knocked out from coast to coast for up to 18 months. Imagine a blackout lasting not days, but weeks or months. Your life would be frozen in time right at the moment the power fails. Lights all over the country would go out, throwing people into total darkness. That's why having your own solar power is more important than ever. With the new Patriot Power Generator 2000X, you get a solar generator that doesn't install into your house because it's portable. You can even take it with you and use it inside. But it's powerful enough for your phones, medical devices, even your fridge. And right now, you can go to 4patriots.com and get your discount with FRN. I have to look up to see what the new code is because it changed. But as we go through, that is, 4 Patriots is awesome. They have a lot of things that they can do, from the solar power kits that we keep talking about, the solar fridge, etc. And then they also have the meals, of course.
Yeah, things are getting crazy out there. Did you see the thing about Iceland today?
Oh, the volcanoes?
Yeah.
Like a swarm of volcanoes?
Yeah, like 800 earthquakes and a volcano that's going to go off. They're evacuating like the entire country.
Yeah. I was like, this is odd.
Sunday fun day in volcanoes. Great.
Yes. What could possibly go wrong? Nope. So it's 4patriots.com/FRN. We'll have you all the discount codes. 4patriots.com/FRN.
So, Nick, we've kind of beat the horse in every way about gifts. You have anything else that you could think of that someone might want to check off their Christmas list?
Oh,
with all these Black Friday deals coming up?
I mean, I don't have a good code or a good place to look, but look at all that. And I 100% say, guys, shop around. Black Friday is upon us. Buy an extra bolt carrier group to have.
Plates.
Yeah, maybe some body armor. Buy ammo and training first.
Yep.
Then get body armor.
Yep.
And, those things are 100% all places you should be looking at. Garth, you got anything else to add tonight or today?
Today.
Yeah. It's a crack of noon.
It is a crack of noon. Holy cats. Look at us. It's going to be productive the rest of the day.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. No, man. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that we haven't really discussed before or just reminded everyone out there about. It's been good BSing with you.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
We really buried the lead here.
all right.
We do have important and late breaking news. It's not really late breaking. It's this knowledge has been out there for like a week.
Go on.
One, talk into the mic.
Go on.
So the pistol brace rule. We haven't touched on that. Another stay and injunction has been put into place nationwide for everyone. So braces are back.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, Aero Precision is actually giving away braces right now. And so pistol braces, braced pistols are a thing again. If you did not register, look at you go, Chad. Right there. You and me, buddy. Yeah. And, so that happened, and that is a good thing. And that's one that, we should have been right on top of making sure everyone knew that. But braces are back.
Cool. Well,
I mean, for some people, they never really went away.
That's true.
But they are back.
Well, I guess I got to get it lower now.
As it turns out, I know where one is.
Weird. Somewhere in here, probably.
No, not in this room. They're in the lower safe.
Oh, okay. Well,
that doesn't mean it's low.
No, it means he has a lower safe.
Everyone does.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, just like everyone has a powder magazine cabinet.
Yeah.
And things. But anyways.
Things and stuff.
All right. Well, anything else to add, Garth?
No, we're good, man.
All right. Well, you folks out there, join a gun-related advocacy group. We'll have Gun Owners of America is coming on soon. FPC, they've been they're fighting the good fight, guys. The NRA is not.
No.
But those two groups are legitimately fighting the fight for rights. So with that, you folks out there, you stay safe and stay armed. Support the people who support the show. Primary Arms, VZ Grips, 4Patriots.com, and Patriot Patch Company. Be sure to check us out on social media. AR-15 Podcast 2.0 on Instagram. AR-15 Podcast 2.0 on YouTube. AR-15 Podcast 2 on Twitter. AR-15 Podcast on Facebook and wherever podcasts are found. If you just want to drop us a line, let us know how we're doing, or give us a show idea. Make sure to send that email to AR-15podcast 2.0 @gmail.com.